Muriel, Ruby, let's go. Let's go.
Come on, let's have a candid conversation. Let's talk about it. Just bring it up, we got hope and love.
Yeah.
It's all about you and your well-being. The candid conversation show. Let's go, let's talk about
Hey,
it.
let's talk, let's walk it out. Let's talk, fuck it out.
It's all about you.
Let's walk, fuck it out. Let's talk.
Welcome to Talk About It, the candid conversation show with Muriel,
And Ruby.
where we discuss topics that are unspoken and taboo in our community. It's always nice to bring a personal friend on the show. Cheryl Collier Hagins, CC, is my high school classmate and friend for over 30 years. I'm so proud of what she has accomplished with her family and her businesses over the years. She will be discussing her health, her weight loss journey, and her business.
Cheryl, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, it's time.
In the chair.
I'm in the chair. Woo-hoo.
Let's talk about it.
Yes. I'm ready. I'm so ready. And thank you again.
You're welcome. We want to dive right into your story. We always ask the guests to tell us a little bit about their childhood because we believe your childhood is the foundation to who we become as adults.
That's
That
right.
is so true.
Yes.
That is so true.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I grew up in a small town.
Okay.
Yes.
In Orange County.
Uh-huh.
And like Muriel said, we attended high school together over 30 years
That's
ago.
My
right.
goodness. Y'all look
That's
great.
Right.
It's
And
amazing.
always stayed in contact.
Always stayed in contact. That says something.
awesome.
We're sisters.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yes, we
Yes.
are. Yes.
Yes, we are. And so growing up in a small town, it's like everybody knows
everyone.
everybody.
That's right.
And so my mom, she raised my sister and I. My sister and I, we were 9 years apart.
I can't believe that.
Yes,
9 years?
9 years. And so I'm like a mom sister.
Yeah.
That's your baby, right?
Yeah, that's my baby. And so we grew up close. Mom raised us very close.
Good.
Although we had different experiences growing
course.
up as kids.
Yes.
And so my story has been, as I grew up in the house when my dad was in the house
Okay.
with us, I experienced some traumatic things
Oh, no.
from my dad at the time.
Okay.
And
sorry.
so,
So sorry.
yeah, thank you. And I've actually healed.
Good.
From the trauma
And forgiven.
and forgiven.
Okay.
Yes, I walk in total forgiveness.
Good.
But that is part of who I am today. That is why I am the strong
Yes, you are.
woman that I am today. I have
Yes.
this. My mom always taught us never give up.
Never.
Never give up. And so that's been my mantra, my attitude. No matter what I go through in life, I may get knocked down, but I'm not
Stand
gonna
back up.
stay down.
Yes.
Yes.
So my sister and I, we're still close
Yes.
to this day.
I love
the
that.
whole baby.
Just like my sister and I love that with you too.
Yes, thank you.
You remind me, you and your sister remind me of Ruby and I.
Yes, closeness.
I love you all
Yes,
together.
Thank you. And a lot of people, they say, you guys are 9 years apart.
You don't look
because
like-
she's my big sister.
Yes, I
So
say
I was
that.
her mom's
Look,
sister growing
she's
up.
my big sister
Yeah,
now.
She's my big sister. So it's like, okay, sis. Absolutely. But I've grown to a place to where I now walk in total forgiveness.
Yes.
But it wasn't easy.
Of course not.
And so along the path of my life, I had to seek counseling.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
Okay,
important.
good.
Yes, to deal with that trauma and to be able to place certain emotions in proper places.
Right.
And not be an angry black
That's
woman.
right, that's right. Because it could have easily happened.
It could have easily happened.
Do you feel it was your fault?
I don't feel like it was my fault. I felt like I was manipulated into believing that I would crush my mom if things got out.
I see.
Oh, no.
I see.
It was that type
Okay.
of thing.
Yeah.
Isn't that awful how kids just get,
Oh, manipulated.
It's just,
Yes.
gosh.
Absolutely. And so from that, I've learned to communicate better.
And that's a problem in our households.
Yes.
Yes.
Communication.
Yes.
Because when things like that happen in your life, you tend not to talk about it to
Of course
anyone.
not.
And I've talked to women who are in their 60s and 70s,
Yes.
and they've never
Yes.
shared what happened to them as kids.
Yeah.
Because
I think that's so important.
they're scared. They're scared of
Yeah.
what people might say.
Exactly.
People might say, or getting somebody else in trouble.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Instead of letting their truth out.
Absolutely.
And being free.
Being free.
Being free.
Yes.
And that's what it's all about, you know, sharing your story.
Yes.
You know, being free. And hopefully your story will help
Someone else. That's right.
Absolutely.
Because
Well
a lot of,
said.
you know, a lot of people like to say, because for me, I am very transparent. I don't mind sharing my story because I know that my story will help someone
Somebody
else.
else.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
because a lot of, as kids, you're taught, keep your business in your home.
household.
Don't tell
Yeah.
anybody that. Don't say that.
Exactly.
So and so will get in trouble. This,
Exactly.
they'll tell you all of that. But
Yes.
there has to be a point in your life where you know, in order for you to heal,
Yes.
you
Exactly.
have to open your mouth and talk about
You
it.
have to open your mouth and talk about it. And the one redeeming quality I can say for me
Mm-hmm.
is that when I did bring it to my mom, she believed me.
Good,
Very
automatically.
She
Very
did not
good.
question
Good.
it. She did not say, you know, I was not telling the truth.
Of course.
Good.
She believed me.
Good.
Awesome.
And she put some things into action, which I know for myself today, that is what saved me.
Thank
Because
God.
She believed me. You know, but there's a lot of people who
Who don't have that
who
story.
Don't have
They don't
that
have
story.
that.
They don't
You're
have
right.
that support.
You're right.
And so they're still struggling with it.
Yes.
You know, but my recommendation and advice to them is to find someone that you
Yes.
can confide in.
Right.
Because you're carrying around a lot of old baggage.
Yes.
You know, and,
Yes.
and we need to be free.
We have to be
Yes.
free.
We need to be free,
Have
even
to.
if you have to write it down, like you mentioned earlier,
Yes,
Ruby.
yes.
Write it in a letter.
Yes.
Just write it down to get those
Get it off.
negative
Get it
emotions
out.
and those negative
Yes.
thoughts out.
That's right.
You know, and so that's what led to a lot of other things in my life. You know, is dealing with trauma and then growing up in a household where, you know, we ate a good meal.
Oh yeah, it was good. It tastes good, too.
Yeah, it
didn't
tasted real good.
Oh, yeah.
You know, all the soul food,
Yes.
you know, the ribs, the pork ribs, the bacon,
Yeah.
all of this
It was
salad.
delicious.
Yes, rice and beans.
Rice and beans.
Yes, so we grew up in a good home. My mom brought us up with good Christian
That's right.
values.
Such a beautiful woman.
Yes, mom is.
Hi, Mama Collier.
She really is,
So
and
sweet.
she's an amazing woman. And to this day, she's my queen.
And you know what? You and your sister are your mother.
Yes.
You're just as sweet and pure
Thank
as
you.
she is.
Yes.
Aw.
She
That
did a
means she
good
did a
job.
great job.
She did a
She did
good job.
great
She
really
did.
You know, now that I'm a mom,
Right.
Yes.
2 girls.
Yes.
You know,
You
it's
get
like,
it.
I get
You
it.
get it.
Oh, I
It's not
get it.
easy.
It's not easy. And it's like, Mom, how did you do that?
it,
You know,
yeah.
show me. You know, manage
Yeah.
me. Like,
Right.
teach me.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
how did you maneuver? You just sit and look back and you think about how did my mom manage all of this?
Right.
You know? And
Yes.
so you get to a place where you just honor.
That's right.
You know, I honor her.
And you
Yeah.
should.
And I
God
respect
is good.
And you
Yes.
should.
her on all levels.
Yes.
It's so
It's
beautiful.
beautiful. I love how you all take care of her too.
Yes.
You see one, you see Mama Collier right there. You
Yes,
see Charlotte,
yes,
you
yes.
see Mama Collier right here. I'm like,
Yes,
I love
yes.
that.
We're still that way to this day.
That's
That's how
so
it should be,
sweet.
though.
Right.
A lot of people take their parents for granted. I can't stand it.
That
Yeah.
is so true.
You have to value your parents.
You have to.
They
Even
sacrifice.
If you have
Different views.
different views, disagreements.
Yeah. Talk
You
about it. Patch it
talk
up.
about
Yes.
it.
Life is. Talk about it.
Yes,
Yes, talk
you
about
know,
it.
Have those hard conversations.
That's
Yes.
right.
You know,
But
it's-
that's
it's
what we don't
okay.
want to do is have
That's
those
what we
hard
don't wanna do.
conversations.
That is so true.
Yeah.
Every
so
single day, there's not a day that goes by that we don't think about our mom. Oh, what a beautiful lady. What a beautiful, they sacrifice. Here,
Yes.
these 2 immigrants come into this country and work their asses off for their
Yes.
children.
For their
They have
children.
4 kids
Yes.
and they struggled. Then, I mean, come on.
Yes.
And then these are the people you're going to disrespect? We need to do better, people.
do
I
better.
hope
have
you're
to
not
do better.
That
disrespecting
is
your parents.
So true.
Yeah, because
especially in the times that we're in
Absolutely.
right now.
Absolutely.
You know, never should it happen.
no.
No.
But especially right now during a pandemic.
Yeah.
This
if
is
you
when you
haven't
should come
talked to your
together.
parents, if you haven't talked to your parents, if you haven't talked to the ones that have been there
For you.
you need to pick up the phone.
Have to.
That's right.
Have to.
Make that call. The
Tomorrow's
time
not
is now.
promised.
Time is now.
Yes.
And don't take it for granted. Don't take
And
this
that's what
moment
happens.
for
Granted.
granted.
Yeah, we're
If
being
you gotta
talked
have
to.
those hard conversations. Bring it up.
Yes.
Bring it up. Talk about it.
Yeah,
Like,
whatever
you know,
it is that was
whatever.
If
bothering
you
you.
can't talk about it, also, I love writing. Write it.
That is so true.
Give it to the person because
Yes.
sometimes the words don't come out
That is
appropriately.
so-
Or they can't come
They
out.
can't come
They
out.
can't
Yes.
come out. That is so true.
Yeah, so it's better
because
just
of
write
the
it.
pain
Yes.
and because of what the disagreements and all the stuff that has been undealt.
Built
Yes.
up.
You know?
Built up.
Pent up
Yes.
frustration,
Pent
stress.
up frustration.
Yes.
So that is so true.
Write it.
Writing is very cathartic.
Yeah.
You know, talking about it is cathartic. Even speaking into a microphone,
That's right.
type of
Recorder. Yes.
you know, can help you at least
Heard that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get it out.
purge, you know,
Yes.
get it out.
Yeah.
So
I love
because
The
that.
more you let it
better.
sit inside of you, the sicker you become.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Because all of our goals is to live better lives.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
You
it.
know, we all want to feel better, move better, you know, live better
Better.
lives.
Yes.
And that is the goal. Everybody wants that.
Yes.
You know, it's not hard.
We just got to do certain
You
things,
just gotta
right?
Do certain
Right.
things,
And
right?
one of them is we're going to talk about IC Fitness. And
Okay.
IC Fitness, how IC Fitness came around.
Yes.
We know that you had some medical problems with hypertension. My whole family, our whole family has hypertension, high blood pressure. And that has to do with, you know, genetics, hereditary,
yes.
and also foods that we eat.
Yes.
And
Yes.
share a little bit of that
A
with
lot of
us.
different factors go into,
Yeah.
you know, hypertension, but it is a real thing, and it's more prevalent in the
African American?
American
Absolutely.
community.
Yes.
And just based off of genetics and just the foods that we're consuming. So I grew up, like I mentioned earlier, on diets like pork, you know, all of those fried, deep
Right.
fried foods.
Fatty
And
foods.
so as I got older, you know, I had to change that because
That's
I had
right.
a medical scare. I mean,
You did?
Yes.
What happened?
Girl, I went to the doctor and my pressure was like 180 over 98.
Oh, wow.
And I felt different in my body, but I didn't know why.
What was going on.
What was going on. And my eyes would get to a point where they would turn like this color red on this glass. Red. And I
Warning
would get,
sign.
Like, lightheaded. And I
Yes.
didn't know what was going on. So I went to the doctor. They took my pressure. They're like, you have hypertension.
Right.
And I'm like, what?
What's that?
Right.
What is that? Like, I'm too young for this. I'm only in my 30s.
Right.
You telling me I got hypertension?
Am I gonna die?
That's for older people.
No.
For older people, like, I'm not supposed to have hypertension. So that was one thing that I had to deal with. And so it started by, you know, educating myself on what hypertension is and how it affects
Right.
not only me but our community.
Absolutely.
And how I can educate myself on eating the right thing because
Right.
if it's genetic, there's nothing
You can do about it.
genetics.
Yes.
No.
It is what it is.
Yes.
But you can change some other factors
That's right.
like what you eat.
Exercise.
That you get, right? The sleep.
Yes.
The quality of your sleep.
Right.
You know, your rest meditation, you know, and water. All
I was about to say that.
All these different factors play a part
That's
in
right.
keeping your blood pressure,
Down.
you know,
Controlled.
keeping it down. Yeah, keeping it controlled. And so I started doing those things. And once I started implementing those things, putting things into action, I noticed my pressure was being regulated.
Yes.
Good.
And after my doctor put me on a heavy dose. Of
Heavy
blood
dose.
pressure, Heavy dose.
She said heavy.
I never forget it. Cartium. And it was like a 50 milligram tablet.
Okay.
Oh, my
And
gosh.
so when I went back for my 3-month checkup, I was able to notice my pressure was down.
Okay.
He didn't change me right
Okay,
then.
right.
I went back 3 months later. That's when he said, I'm going to lower your dose
Okay.
of the Cartia. And he dropped me down to 25.
Okay, good.
So, question for you. So, this picture that we're looking at, is that was at, how heavy were you at that point?
So I was 200 plus.
That was when you
I was
first started going to the
30.
doctor?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Goodness.
Yes. So I was 200 plus when I went to the doctor.
Okay.
I was out of shape, you know, because going back to my high school days, I was very
You were
active.
fit.
You were.
I was very
Yes.
fit,
Into everything.
athletic, you know, loved to lift weights,
Yes.
loved to run. You know, I was a sprinter
Yes.
on the relay team.
And
I was high.
look, and pass that down to your sister, your daughter.
Exactly.
Even your daughter is fit.
Yes, she is. And so, but after marriage,
Yeah.
after having my kids, starting my family,
Yes.
I just got into a little comfortable
Comfortable,
place.
complacent.
And
We all
that,
do.
right? We
All of us.
All of us do
right?
that.
And so that's when all of the issues started coming out. I was
Okay.
overweight.
Yes.
I didn't have any energy.
Yes.
You know, my blood pressure was out of control. My emotions was all over
Wow.
the place. You know, I was like irritable
Right.
and just moody.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and I'm like, I don't like me.
No.
Because that wasn't who
You're a
I
happy
know myself.
person.
I was, yes.
Very happy
And so I
person.
was like, I got to do something about this. But it started with correcting that blood pressure.
Yeah.
That's number one.
Number one. And so over time, I worked my way down to where no issues with my blood pressure. I have a normal blood pressure
That's right.
today.
That's
Yes.
great.
And I tell you, it's because I cut out certain things.
You have
and
to.
I'm not saying everybody needs to do this.
Everyone's
but we all
different,
have our
too.
journey, right?
Right.
We all have our individual journey.
Yes.
But for me, it started with taking out pork. So I had to give up certain things. So
That
there's
salt.
certain things, salt, right?
Salt.
Number one.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yes, that table
Because
salt.
pork is
Yes.
very salty.
Pork is very salty, and it tastes so good.
It does taste so good.
It tastes so
It
good. I'm not gonna lie.
It does.
I'm not gonna sit here and say it's easy. 'Cause it's
Once a
not.
month, Cece,
Right.
you're gonna do it once a month, right? On vacation, right?
Don't open that door. Just let it stay where it's at. But you know, I tell you, once we decide to make changes, we are going to have challenges. You know, we're going
Yes.
to have moments where you may fail or you may mess up.
Okay.
But get back on track. Get back on track and just keep going.
Yes.
Okay.
Just keep going.
Yes.
So I'm here where I am today because I made certain changes
That's wonderful.
in my lifestyle. And so once you do that, just stay consistent.
Yeah, because it doesn't happen overnight.
It does not happen overnight.
Tell us some of the things that you did.
Yes.
So some of the things that I've done that helps me to get right is I learned how to do intermittent fasting.
Okay.
And that's something that I teach others to do is intermittent fasting. And so intermittent fasting, you know, it is a fast where you are fasting not so much for spiritual reasons, but for weight loss and for health reasons.
Okay.
Right? And so with the intermittent fasting, there's like a 12-hour window where you can open your window, let's say 8 in the morning,
Okay.
and your window closes at 8 p.m. in the evening.
Okay.
So that's considered a 12-hour
Fasting.
window or food eating
Food,
window.
whichever one.
You can eat between those hours
Okay.
only.
Okay.
After
it.
8 p.m., you don't
That's
eat
it.
anything, and before 8 a.m., you don't eat anything. But you can eat your meals in between.
Okay.
So once I started doing intermittent fasting, I'm now at a 16 window. So I only eat now from 11 to 7,
And that's it.
and that's it. After that,
That's- okay.
I may have a cup of broth
Right, right.
or a cup of vegetable broth.
Right.
But my window opens at 11 a.m. and then it closes at 7. So once I started doing those things,
Okay.
and beefing up on my vitamins,
Yes.
yes,
We have to
because
have
a lot
those.
of us we are not.
We're not getting what we need.
Yes, we are deficient in vitamins, and so I had to learn about what vitamins I needed to help keep me strong, keep my energy going. So I did those things, and I started drinking more water.
Yes.
You know, but the main thing I did, I got myself up and started walking.
You gotta move. You gotta move.
Move
That's
your
it.
body, right?
And
So
that's your saying.
that
Move
is
your
my
body.
saying. Move your
body.
no matter what.
Do
You
something.
know, it's a mindset.
It is.
truly.
It really
You know,
is.
Move your body no matter what your mind tells you, what your weight size is. It doesn't matter. I started out walking,
Okay.
you know, to bring myself back to, you know, a good weight and to health, and just walk.
Yeah.
I didn't do Zumba. I didn't do weightlifting.
You
I
just
didn't
walk.
do CrossFit. I
just walk.
couldn't. You know what I mean? I
Right.
was in bad shape.
Yes.
So I tell people, start out walking. If you start out walking, you can come out your door, walk to your mailbox,
Do
go back
so-
in the house.
Yeah.
The next day you come out, walk down to your stop sign.
Right.
Go a little further.
Go a little further each
Every
time.
single day.
Yes. The key thing for me was staying consistent.
Yes, consistency is
That's
key.
important.
Staying
I love that. That walking. That's
Yeah,
what we
that
do now.
walking.
Yeah.
My daughter and I.
Do you?
We're walking all over the place.
That is awesome.
Sometimes we get somebody that they'll blow their horn at us, like somebody we know.
Yes.
But then other times it might be somebody we don't know. But we're
Right.
walking, we're working out,
Yes.
we're trying to take care of us.
That is so awesome. It's called self-care.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
It's about
You
self-care.
have to have that.
Because we do so much
We
for
do.
others.
Oh my
We have to
goodness.
do-
but
take
we
care of
don't
ourselves.
Focus on ourselves, you know. And so, what I've learned to do, I've formulated 30-minute workouts, and I know we'll talk about it later. But
Yes.
a lot of people don't have an hour, you know, to
Right.
give, you know. But you should at least have 30 minutes for yourself.
Exactly.
You have 30
You know,
minutes.
but I call
Get
that
out the
hour-
bed.
Exactly.
Get out of the bed.
Yes,
You have
get
30
out of the
minutes.
bed. And put it on your calendar.
Yes.
Put it in your phone. Hour of power.
Yes.
That is your
I like that.
hour. I mean, if you don't have an hour out of 24 hours, come on.
You have an hour.
You know,
Yeah.
you have an hour. If you don't have an hour, you got 30 minutes.
There you go.
You know, do something
Right, to help
move,
you.
To help you.
Yes.
Exactly.
What message, though, for somebody who's 50 plus would you give that feels that they'll never get in shape?
That's a great question. I tell you, comparison. Comparison is the enemy of self.
Yes.
And I tell people, do not compare who you are today to your
Who you were.
20-year-old.
You can't.
That's the problem.
You can't. You've had kids. You're not the same.
You know, I'm not my 20, 30-year-old
No.
self. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm
It's true.
52.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And you look great.
Oh, thank you.
You look so beautiful.
Oh, thank you, girl. But I tell people, do not compare. Comparison is the enemy of self. You know, so I tell people, you know, when you start
You
out
can't.
on a fitness journey, even if you have to crawl, crawl.
Yes.
Right.
Until you can walk.
Yes.
And then when you start walking, you may start a little jog. And then from that jog, you'll run. And then eventually you'll be flying.
That's right.
But the key thing is to stay consistent.
Yeah.
Consistent.
Whatever you start, stay consistent.
Yep.
Because in weight loss, it's not for the faint.
Yeah.
No, it's
nothing
not.
that happens overnight. Like
No, it's
No,
not.
no.
It doesn't happen overnight.
No.
Because we didn't put the pounds on overnight.
Sure didn't.
So the same way we put it on, we were patient with ourselves.
That's right.
We have to be even more patient with ourselves to
take it off.
But if we stay consistent, it
You'll see a
will
big difference.
happen. You'll see a big
That's right.
difference.
Isn't it what they
Absolutely.
say? 20 days after 21 days,
After
it becomes
21 days,
it becomes a habit.
It becomes a
it
habit.
becomes a habit. And even though you don't see the pounds,
It's coming
right,
off.
it's
Interest.
happening on the cellular level, right?
Just keep going.
And keep going. And I tell people when I train them, I say, you know what, with that scale, don't get on the scale every day.
No.
That is my fault.
You'll be
do that.
crying.
You'll be crying.
Yes.
Because the scale is
Water
a drama
weight.
queen. The scale is truly a drama queen.
Right.
She'll take you up. That scale will take
It's
you
true.
down. You get on the scale, you're 2 pounds lighter. The next day, you're 4 pounds heavier.
And then,
Exactly.
What?
and then you turn around and go to McDonald's
Exactly.
because the
You feel bad.
scale made you feel like, oh, it's not working. And then you take yourself to McDonald's and have
Exactly.
a double cheeseburger.
Exactly.
Stop it.
Stop
You
it.
know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I tell people, don't trust the scale so much.
Yeah.
You know, it is a good guide
Right.
to keep you in check.
Right, but not every day.
Not every day. So I tell my clients, grab yourself a tape measure.
Yes, they're,
Just measure yourself.
your clothes you could tell.
You can tell in your clothes.
You definitely
Your
can.
belt. You know,
Yes.
but that tape measure is your best friend.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
inches come off first.
Yeah.
And those inches, you know, coming off, it will give you self-confidence. You'll start feeling good about what you're doing. And
Okay,
then
good.
it'll self-motivate you to keep
To
going.
keep going, okay.
Exactly. So get that tape measure. Measure your waist, measure your chest, your hips, measure your arms, you know, whatever your goals
Okay.
are. Start out with that tape measure and then work on, you know, the scale.
Right.
But truly, the scale is a drama queen.
Yeah.
I like that. The drama
Touch
queen.
it. Yeah.
Drama,
I'm not touching it.
drama queen.
I removed mine from the bathroom. Put it in the closet. It's in the closet.
Absolutely.
For those of us who like to grab a Snicker bar or Twix,
Yes.
which is not good for you, it's not nutritious, can you tell us a few nutrition hacks that you use that work for you?
Yes, definitely. So for me, I love the Laura bars.
Laura
I don't know if you've
What
heard
are
of the
they?
Laura.
No.
Laura bars. They are so good.
Laura, Lara.
Okay. L-A-R-A.
Oh, I've seen them. I have seen
You've
them.
seen the bars.
I
They
have
have
seen
all
them.
kinds of flavors.
Yes.
Okay.
And so I use those as a in-between meal.
Okay.
Okay.
Snack. The Laura bars are good, or just plain fruit.
Okay.
I tell my clients, pick 3 fruits that you just gotta have. Like if you were on an island
Okay.
and you could only take 3 fruits with you,
Pick those.
what would be those 3 fruits?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, same thing with your veggies, same thing with your meat,
Okay.
and same thing with your snack.
Okay.
If you were on an island and you could only take
3.
these 3 items, what would it be?
Okay.
And so my go-to in the summer is watermelon.
I love watermelon.
I love watermelon. And then like right now, it's the navel oranges and the tangerine.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I
sweet.
love
Yes.
those. So I'll do something like that in between. That's a good go-to snack for me. And then the smoothies.
Okay.
I'm
Yes.
always doing the protein
Love it.
Which is good.
smoothies. Yeah. Not the meal replacement ones, unless
Yes.
I'm doing a meal replacement, but the ones
Okay.
that gives me that added,
Okay.
the added protein.
Okay.
Okay.
And particularly plant-based.
Okay.
And then I use my Cmos
Cmos.
gel.
I was just
Okay.
gonna say, tell us about this Cmos.
Yes, I use
I
the
saw your
Cmos
husband
too.
Will just place it in Shaq's hand the other day. What's going on with this
Smooth with that,
Cmos?
right? He was smooth
He was
with
very
that.
smooth with that. Very smooth.
Yes,
Tell us
so-
about the Cmos.
Oh, I'm so excited about it. The Cmos is amazing, ladies.
Yes.
I tell you, Cmos is packed with minerals. It's packed with vitamins.
Yes.
And as you all know, the nutrition that we're getting today, the American diet,
Yeah.
we don't get a lot of the minerals
Nutrition.
out of our food. And it's just because the soil is not as nutrient dense
Okay.
as it used to be.
Right.
I don't know if you guys remember back in the day, my great grandmother had a well.
Yes.
Well water.
Yes.
And out of that well water, I didn't know it back then as a kid, but that well water was full of minerals.
Yeah, I didn't know that
Full
either.
of minerals in it.
Okay.
And so that was helping to keep us well.
Okay.
To help us, nutrient. Yeah. And so I developed the Cmos gel
Okay.
as a way to improve my health. And I've been doing Cmos for like 4 years
So
now.
how'd you even hear about it
Yeah.
So through research.
Okay.
Through research,
Okay.
I actually was researching back 4 years ago. I have a torn meniscus
Okay.
in my right knee, documented torn meniscus.
Okay.
And so I did not want to go through
Surgery.
Of course.
So I was at the gym I was teaching at the time, which is LA Fitness in Orange City.
Okay.
And I came across one of the ladies that frequent the gym, and I was telling her about my knee, and she said, "Well, I don't know if you've heard of this guy. His name is Dr. Sabi. He has this CMOS recipe or CMOS gel.
Okay.
You may want to check into it."
Okay.
So I went on and did some research and did my own research, and it took a while.
Of course.
It took about 6 months to a year
Okay.
to actually feel comfortable with taking it for myself.
Okay.
And so I started taking it for myself. I started making it for myself.
Okay.
And I did that for like 3 years. And then eventually one day I said, you know what? My knee feels so much better. I have
So
no
it's
problems,
healing
no
it.
swelling in my knee anymore.
Okay.
No pain, less achy.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Well,
No
I'm glad we
surgery.
brought ours. I'm glad we brought ours.
I know, right?
Yeah.
What are the other benefits, though?
So the benefits of CMOS is just amazing. So it's packed, like I said, with minerals. It has the phosphorus in it. Phosphorus is good for strengthening the bones.
Okay.
And calcium.
Yes.
Calcium goes, it stores the bone. It's good
Okay.
for the bones and for the teeth. It has items like potassium.
Okay.
And potassium helps with the fluid in the body, right?
Okay.
It helps with the fluid balance, like inflammation. And so energy. So you know about that, right?
Yes.
And so the energy in it is good energy comes out of it. I tell people, it doesn't give you that jittery kind of energy that makes your ears tingle.
Okay.
It just gives you this natural energy.
Okay.
But what I've noticed it for myself, other than healing my knee, it has helped with my mood.
Okay. So it helps with
Calming,
mood swings.
Anxiety, yes.
Anxiety.
That's what I've noticed. It calms that.
Okay.
And libido.
All right now. All right now.
All right.
That's a good
another
thing.
show, right?
So that's a completely other show. But I know you're not getting off of this CMOS.
But CMOS, I tell you, it strengthens the bones.
Okay.
It strengthens the brain.
Okay.
And I have clients who have been taking it for over 2 years now. My mom,
Okay.
she's a big fan, and I have other clients that have been taking it. They've been having documented cases from their doctors that their A1C
Wow.
is down.
Yes.
I had one client, her A1C was an 8,
Okay.
and now it's back at 5.1.
Well, I need to get this in my system before I go have my lab work. I need to get this in my system.
I can somebody help you. And so I highly recommend it just because of those things that it's done for me.
Right.
And I tell people I'm not a nurse, I'm not a doctor or a dietitian.
But this is health. This is healthy.
Health, and this is what it's done for me. And I tell people when they buy it, when they purchase it, tell me what it has done for
you.
Yeah, right. So I don't put words in
Of
people's
course.
mouth, but just tell me what it has done for you.
Right.
And so it's been wonderful.
Okay,
It's
good.
been wonderful.
What you're saying, gel? Are you putting that in a shake, a smoothie? Are you putting on
That's a good
topically?
question. So you can apply it topically. I have clients who has eczema
Okay.
or psoriasis, and they've used it as a topical agent,
Okay.
and it cleared up literally.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yes, it dried it right up. So you can use it
Okay.
topically.
Okay.
But I do put it in my protein smoothie.
Okay.
I saw
great.
this
You can do it
this
like that.
this drink you made the other day, Caribbean
Yes,
punch or
yes,
something that
the
you made for the Super Bowl. Super Bowl punch. I said, oh, that looks
So,
good.
that was something that I just came up with. Was the ginger beer. That was really good in it. Club soda.
Okay.
And then some Cmos in it for the health benefit. Right? And lime. And it had a nice ginger kick. It was so refreshing.
Sounds
Gosh,
good.
okay.
So I just tell people when you try Cmos, just be creative. Just make sure you get it in. I have clients that put it in their eggs.
Oh my.
So you can cook with it
You
too.
can cook with it.
But
You can cook with it.
I've seen that you
Yeah.
can put it in your
I have a
food.
client that puts it in her yogurt. You know,
Just a little
her
bit.
Yogurt, yeah.
Okay.
So just be creative
Okay.
in how you use it. And then I have a friend that's a chef. She cooks. She made like this Cmos gravy for her salmon,
Okay.
and it was so good. So you can just
Okay.
do different
Whatever
things
you
with
wanna do with
whatever
it.
you
So
wanna
if
do
you
with it.
heat it up, then it's not gonna. It won't.
It will not denature.
Change-
it. Yeah,
right,
It,
okay.
It won't do that. No.
Okay.
Because I tell people, when you add it, you adding it at the end of, like, if you're making a gravy, you're not cooking with it.
Okay,
just
you add it at the
right
end. Okay, okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But it has 92 minerals of the 100
Wow.
minerals that we're made of.
Because this is from the earth.
This
This sea moss is from the earth.
It's from the earth, and it hasn't. It's been around for years.
Yeah.
We just didn't know about it.
Right, especially in the Black American.
Yes, because the
communities.
islands,
Yes.
they are familiar
Yes,
with it,
From
right? Mm-hmm.
the islands. And so when I did my research, you know, there was a potato famine back in Ireland back in the 1800s.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And they lived off of the sea moss.
Wow.
They survived. Not food, they lived off of the sea moss.
The sea moss.
So is it green and leafy at first?
At first,
Okay.
it comes in different colors. You got some that's purple.
Okay.
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 You have some that looks like a tannish brown color. But once you mixes it, it comes like a tannish brown
Okay.
Okay.
color. But yeah, so I get it raw,
Okay.
and then I formulate it, mix it, and there's just one ingredient, alkaline water. So I add the alkaline water to it.
I can't. What?
They say that alkaline water is good.
Yes, it is very good because it has the right pH
Okay.
for the body.
Right.
So a lot of times what happens is that because of our poor eating, our bodies are acidic.
Yeah.
We're acidic, right?
Okay.
And so the body wants to be what's called homeostasis. The body wants to get back to that
Right.
neutral balance,
Right.
right? And so to do that, we have to include more alkaline
Okay.
foods.
Okay.
You want to be more alkaline or base.
Okay.
Then you are acidic. So you
'Cause
want to
it'll
be right
level
at
out.
like 7, 7.1.
Okay.
You know, you don't want to be a 9, a 8, a 10. You know, so that the sea moss is alkaline in itself.
Isn't that
So it's
something?
going to help balance out the acidic in your body. It's going to help flush out inflammation.
I need that right
I can't
today.
wait to try it.
I'm trying that
noticed
tonight.
Mucus, it helps to bring up mucus out of the body.
That's great.
So it has been wonderful, truly, for me.
I love that. You know, I know some years ago we went on vacation. We had a saltwater fish tank.
Uh-huh.
And we went on vacation and came back home from vacation, and all the fish were dead. And what it was is because of the alkaline was not level in that water.
Oh,
it killed
wow.
all
It killed all
of the fish. So
Our bodies are the
Our
same.
bo- our bodies are the
internal
same
bodies
thing.
Are the same. Exactly. It's just like a pool. You know, for those
Yes,
who have pools,
right.
you have to keep the pH.
otherwise it'll turn green.
Yeah, or the water would turn green. So imagine when we're living at
Oh,
an
my.
acidic state. When our bodies are in an acidic state,
We're
you
green.
can tell.
Look, we're in the
You
green.
can
I know.
tell when you're acidic because you don't have any energy.
Right.
You kind of just like lackluster, like you just kind of dull,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then you start craving certain things. It's like, why am I craving
Twix bar.
this? You know what I mean? It's your body is sending you signals.
Yes.
You know,
I know
and
that.
so
Yeah.
when that happens for me, I go to a detox. So
Okay.
I take some bone broth or vegetable broth for those who are not meat eaters.
Bone
You
broth
do
is
bone
popular.
broth or
Yeah.
vegetable broth, and I add 2 tablespoons of my Cmos.
Okay.
And I
And then
do
you just
that.
drink it.
Yes, just
Okay.
drink it hot. And I do that for breakfast. And for in between meals, I do it for lunch. And then I do it again for in between meal from lunch and dinner. And then I have a sensible dinner.
I'm going on a
maybe
sea
it's-
moss diet.
And I do that for as long as I can. So some days I do 3 days, I do 5 days, I've done it for as
Wow.
long as 10 days.
Okay.
But you have a sensible dinner, like a piece of fish or whatever.
Vegetable.
Vegetables. Yeah. But if you're vegetarian, you just go to your go-to meats for vegetarian or plant-based.
Okay.
And that's something that I teach. I try to get people to do more plant-based
Okay.
meals.
Okay.
You know,
Healthier.
and yeah, healthy.
It's
much
better for your
healthier.
body.
Yes, better for your body.
Cece, what sets you apart from other fitness trainer businesses?
I tell you, that's a great question, and I think what sets me apart is that back in 2018, I went and got certified. I became a certified.
Certified.
Yes, certified
That's great.
trainer. I got my paper.
Yes. Brag
You know,
about it.
Yes. And so that in itself sets me apart because in Florida, you don't have to be licensed to train.
Okay.
yes,
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. So I'm accountable to ISSA, which is the International Sports Science Association.
Okay.
I'm accountable to them.
Okay.
So they're watching me. You know, they hold my certification.
They're pleased.
Yes, they're pleased. And so I have to do continuing education.
I get it.
Okay.
So I'm always constantly in the loop of changes.
Okay, good.
What's going on. And then I'm certified nutrition coach.
Excuse me.
Yes,
that's
through
wonderful.
ISSA as well.
That's wonderful.
That's nice.
Congratulations for
Yes.
that.
Thank you. And so when you're held accountable, you have a different standard.
There
Right.
you go.
You know, I'm
Okay.
held to a higher standard
Right.
than someone that's just coming out of the house and you want to train
It's
people.
true.
Right.
I wanted to make sure that I was doing it correctly.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah,
And so
I like that.
what sets me apart, another aspect is that I love training women, 40 plus.
Oh, okay. That's
40 plus.
nice.
So that sets me apart.
Yes.
Okay.
I have some men that have attended my classes, but my focus
Is women, 40 plus women.
And I have older women
Okay.
that I train as well. For example, I have a client who came to me, she was in her 60s, and she wanted to lose like 30 pounds.
Oh my goodness.
And it took her 6 months,
Yes.
but
she did it.
stayed consistent.
That's right.
Consistency.
And in her process, she hit a plateau.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked her through the plateau. And then she started losing the weight again.
Good.
And she reached her goal.
Yes.
And she sent me a text. She said, I want to tell you I went to my doctor and I have the best bill of health. My
Yes.
doctor said, whatever I'm doing,
Keep doing it.
keep doing
In her
it.
60s.
And yes, in
That's
her
beautiful.
60s.
Uh-huh.
So she's not her 30-year-old self.
No.
But she looks good for her age.
Right.
Yes.
Right? And so it's those types of stories that
You love to hear
fulfills
that.
me.
Yes,
it,
of
it
course.
makes me feel good that I am giving back to women.
Right.
You know, because like I said, we don't take care of ourselves.
We don't.
No, we don't.
We're
You
too
know, we
busy
don't-
giving to everyone
too
else.
busy, too
Yes.
busy. So I think those things, you know, help set me apart.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of times we as women, I mean, I'm one, and I can say that you go on all these fad diets and you think that you're going to lose weight,
Yeah.
but I see that a thing that's I think is number one is that if you're going through stress, if you're going through a divorce, if
Yes.
if you're in a stressful situation,
Yes.
it's not going to be it's not going to be easy
Yeah.
to lose that weight.
Right.
Absolutely.
So, would you say that if you're going through a stressful period and if things are calm in your life, there's a difference, right?
There
If
is.
things are calm,
There is a difference.
Yes.
When things are calm, you tend to get complacent.
There you go.
You know, and you figure, you know, I'll start tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
You know, I'll do it later.
There you go.
But when you're stressed, it's harder to get started. So that's where IC Fitness comes in.
Okay.
Because I love to motivate.
Okay.
Yes.
I love to motivate until you can get to a place where you can self-motivate yourself.
Yourself,
So
okay.
that is my goal.
you give the
Is
push.
I give
Yes.
the push. I give the push, and I help people. I help women jumpstart. I'm a jumpstart.
Okay.
I'm a fire
I
starter.
like that.
Yes.
Right, and so I help give you the tools
Yes.
that's
you
going to
need.
keep you successful.
So
So
awesome.
we know you're going to have good times
And bad.
You're going to have bad times. You're going to have those stressful days. But if you have the right tools in those different conditions, you're going to be successful.
Okay,
You're
just
gonna
gotta
be
keep going.
successful. Keep going.
Yes.
Definitely keep going.
Yes.
And don't give up.
That's
I like
right.
that.
You know,
That's
and
the
like I
key.
said, stay consistent.
That's right.
Stay consistent. Stay
Guess what?
consistent.
It's time for a candid minute.
Okay.
CC, we talked about health, we talked
Yes.
about nutrition, we talked
Yes.
about weight loss, but we haven't talked about your boo that you've been with for 20 years. Can you tell us how you keep the fire alive in
Poppy
your
Will.
relationship?
I tell you, this year will be 21 years.
That's
gosh.
wonderful.
I tell anyone who's married, you know, we all know, it's not easy.
No.
It's what you make it.
Yeah.
And so the beginning years of our marriage, it was hard. I tell you, but we got to a point to where we said, you know what, we love each other.
That's
we may
it.
not like each other
There you go.
right now,
Yes.
But we love each
but
other.
we love each
Yes.
other. So let's go get some counseling.
There you go.
You know, and so we
Make
had
it
people
work.
that are on our team that helped us through those
Yes.
hard moments.
Right.
And I'm so glad we stuck it out.
That's right.
I'm so thankful.
You worked it out.
We worked it out, and so now we have 2 beautiful daughters. You know, one 33,
Love it.
the other 16.
She's so beautiful.
We have 2 grandsons.
My goodness.
And one on the way. Can't wait to see her.
Yes, I can't wait to see her. Adelie Rose.
Oh,
Yes.
beautiful.
Rose. They already
beautiful.
have a name for her. But to answer your question more specifically, we have incorporated date nights.
That's what
That's
you have
important.
to do.
Yes,
Very
yes.
important.
We-
Whether you're married or not, that's
Whether you're
important.
married or not, we started that like many years ago. And so we've changed the dates around. Sometimes it's Friday.
Yeah, sometimes it's Saturday.
Sometimes it's Saturday. You know, but that's so important.
It
because
is.
He gets busy,
time.
I get busy,
Yes.
and we're running, we're missing each other. But that date night takes us back to like when we first met.
That's
You know, we'll
right.
throw on some jazz. You know, we'll throw on some Keith Sweat.
That's right.
Yes, all right
Go all
now.
the
No
way
more
back.
babies, right? No more babies, right? You're not having no more
No,
babies.
no, no,
All
no,
right, so
no,
bring
no,
Keith,
no,
Sweat,
no.
Tank. Look, Tyrese, bring them.
So we just have fun
Good.
with each other. But I think the main thing for me, it was learning to not try and change my spouse,
No, you
but just
can't.
accepting him
Yes.
in all of his glory and all of who he is.
And he did the same for you.
And he did the same for me. And we're at a place now to where we understand
Each other.
each other. And our communication
That's-
language, our
That's
communication
it.
has gotten so much better because why? I've worked on me.
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't keep pointing fingers at
No,
him,
no.
right?
You
Until
fix
I
you.
worked on me.
That's
You have to
right.
work on yourself.
And another thing we do other than date nights, we have couple fitness. We
Oh,
work
really?
out
That's
together.
nice.
We walk together. Like this morning, we
You
went
got
out
up and
did a
went-
5K together.
That's
my
good.
gosh.
And while we're out, we're talking.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, we're
Catching
talking, catching up, even those hard conversations that we couldn't have in the house.
Yep.
When we get out and start walking,
That's your time to talk.
you're talking because you got those endorphins.
Yes.
You got that serotonin.
That's nice.
Right? You're in a happy place because you're out exercising.
Right.
So those hard topics become easier
Right.
That's
to
right.
talk about. So,
I like that.
yeah, so
love
those
it.
are some things that we do.
Yeah, it's hard to see. A lot of couples don't stick together. They don't do what you did and sought help. You know,
Yes.
that type of thing. And
Yes.
communication is key.
Communication
Absolutely.
is key.
Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hi, Will.
We love that. Let the viewers know how they can contact you.
Yes, absolutely. So you can contact me on YouTube at ICEE Fitness on YouTube. Subscribe, like the channel. You can catch me also on my website, www.iceeefitness.com. And I'm also on Facebook and I'm on Twitter as well.
That's wonderful.
So check us out.
That's right. That's right. We just want to thank you so much for being here today.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Mom.
Yes.
Yes.
We're going to try this Cmos and we're going to get back with you and let
Yes.
you know what it has done
I
for
look
us.
forward to that.
Yes.
I look
I'm
forward.
Wish you
excited about
success,
that.
Okay?
Thank you so much, and to you ladies as well.
Thank you. You know, one thing we didn't say, and that is where you provide your fitness,
Yes.
where
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
the location.
The location. So
Right.
initially, this was pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was training at a gym in DeLand.
Okay.
And I'm still training with that same group of people.
Okay.
But when COVID hit, we had to
Yes.
switch to
Of course.
online.
Of
Okay.
course.
So I offer online
Good.
Okay.
services.
Very good.
Until we get past this pandemic.
Yes.
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 We'll go back.
Okay,
face to
good.
face. Yeah. It's a little different because a lot of people, when they're at home working out, they get busy, they get sidetracked.
Right.
Right.
So my goal is to keep them focused, keep them motivated to getting up and getting in that front of that TV.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
to do the workout. So
Yeah.
it's
That's
a little
right.
different. It's been a little challenging, but it's still rewarding.
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. So the women, I'm getting great feedback.
Good.
From people. So yeah, online services now.
Okay, that's great though. You're
Yeah.
you're doing it. You're
Yes,
still doing it.
Yes.
That's
I
just
refuse to give up.
No.
No. It's not in your vocabulary.
It's not in my vocabulary at all.
Thank you once again.
Oh,
Thank
you're so
you.
welcome, and thank you, ladies.
All right.
So
Welcome.
beautiful.
We want to thank you for joining us this evening. We want you to tune in next Tuesday at 6 p.m. for another guest right here from our community. In closing, Cheryl shared with us about making health and fitness a priority in her life. Her mission is to help all women move, feel, and live better through fitness option, nutrition coaching, and product development with Iris Cmos Gel. The secret to living well and longer is this: eat half, walk double, laugh triple, and love without measure. We are real sisters sharing real stories within our community. We thank you for tuning in to talk about it, the Candid Conversation Show.
Let's go. Let's go.
Come on, let's have a candid conversation. Let's talk about it. Just bring it up, we got hope and love.
Yeah.
It's all about you and your well-being. The Candid Conversation Show. Let's go, let's talk about it.
Hey.